High-risk investment. Trading on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Before deciding to trade, you should carefully consider your investment objectives, level of experience, and risk appetite. The possibility exists that you could sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment, and therefore you should not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You should be aware of all the risks associated with trading and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Market opinions. Any opinions, news, research, analyses, prices, or other information contained on this video is provided as general market commentary and does not constitute investment advice. MasterTheMarkets will not accept liability for any loss or damage, including without limitation to any loss of profit, which may arise directly or indirectly from use of or reliance on such information.
Hello traders, and welcome to our live trading workshop webinar. Today we got a lot going on. So we're going to be first looking at, I was just taking a look at gold just now. Let me just revert to the trading view charts over here. I just want to analyze the volume on here. Those of you joining in new for the first time, I just want to tell you the format, how we do this. So the first thing what we look at is we look at some live trade potential trades. Okay, we look at potential trades that are setting up, which is what I just flagged up on gold, and we'll take them live. We'll send it out to the Telegram channel as well, that you can then follow, because we believe that the best way to learn is always through real-time live trades. Okay, the second thing then we also will be taking a look at, a topic as well for today. And the topic for today that we found was on why Forex spreads are more important than you think. Okay, so there's a lot going on in the Forex world. I was just taking a look at dollar yen, that big push up on the upside after it had stopped people out on the downside. You can see over here, we are running this on an end of day strategy over here on the foreign exchange pairs, because we do different asset classes, because we trade based on principles. Okay, you can see that that downward push and then a big upward push forward. Okay, so I'll talk about that as well and relate that to why during those times the spreads are so important in foreign exchange pairs. And then finally, then we will update you with all our upcoming events, and also any questions and answers, a Q&A session. And with that, then we will wrap up. Usually will last around 45 to 1 hour, 45 minutes to 1 hour. Great. So this and more to cover in this session. Traders, for those of you joining in for the first time, is Stu Narpan here, founder of MasterTheMarkets, Illiterates Conference, and the Traders Open Day. So without further ado, so let's carry on to looking at gold over here. Let me just put that onto here. I'm just going to do this together with you guys. We'll take about a few minutes to analyze it. I did take a look at most of them. I think the ones that were really ranking up were DAX and the gold. Okay, so let's put this together. I've got the table over here. I'll give you the reference links in a minute, but let me go through this. One of the important ones you can start with is 7 steps to ctp.com. But before I come to that, let me just fill up this table here. So this is an uptrend phase 2, what we are having at the moment over here on the daily time frame. Okay, now do remember that with the smart money indicator and the volume spread analysis indicators that you can see that I've overlaid here on the trading view chart, right? That is why we can get a systematic market structure, which is quite solid for us to get the trends and the phases. Okay, why I revert between the trading view and the MT4 charts is because I've got all the indicators here, the stretch and the volume and everything, especially the volume stuff, which is given to us by the Trade Guider team, which we go live with every Thursday as well. So here So let me quickly do this. As you can see, the arrows and the dots over here, that's proprietary to us. That's a smart money indicator. You can see the formulas were designed back in the 1960s and 70s, okay? That's how we are getting the trend on a systematic basis across all the time frames and quantified structure. So I've got the uptrend phase two. Phase two basically means it's going against the trend. That's all. So we only look at two things, phase one, phase two, and then it keeps repeating phase one, phase two, phase one, phase two. Okay, good. So then I go on to my 4 hour. I'm just going to do it all on here so that I don't get any discrepancies. Over here, then it's doing a downtrend phase one. You can see, right? So the big 4 hour bar took out that low and then it came back down. So I've got that. So I've got that downtrend phase one there. And then I'm going to take a look at the 1 hour as well. So on the 1 hour, we had a big seller bar here, big volume spike as well over here. And that is on the downside as well. So downtrend phase one as well on the 1 hour. Then on the 15-minute, then I can see that it is also a downtrend phase one. So pretty clear here that it's all in a downtrend at the moment, except for the daily. But in terms of the direction, in an uptrend phase two, the direction is still correlating with the lower time frames, is it not, traders, right? So that's what we are saying. So you see all this downward move that you are seeing here, but still in an uptrend in the bigger picture, right? So this one here that you are seeing, it's still towards the downside, isn't it, right? That's what we are saying over here. Okay, cool. So that's what we got then over here on the 15-minute. And the 1 hour stretch. So let's take a look at the 1 hour stretch over here. That's also to the low side as well. And the latest range lines, you can see the range bound got broken to the downside. So that's that one there as well. Brought to the ST. Let me check the ratio. Don't worry about these terminologies. I'll give you reference links later. This is a bit obvious. So 0.8, that's about 32, isn't it? So it's still got a bit more way to go. Yesterday was the insider bar. So let me just check that. So that's 6 and then 17. So even if it were to do, so it's more looking towards the downside, the ratio as well. So let me do that. Previous daily high and low. Yesterday was an insider bar. Did it take out the high of this? 3334? 333, no, it didn't. So high chance it might take out the insider bar low and take out this IB -1 low as well, okay? If the carry through is there. So wait and see on that part over there. Now, in terms of, so everything is pointing to, so I'll just put NA over here as of now. And then this one was upside, wasn't it? So it's a total reversal at the moment. So the last one I want to be taking a look at is the ATR range is not done yet, and entry bias is also to the short side. So this is what I've got at the moment, traders. So that's the table that I was taking a look at. So I've populated all my data in here, you see. Uptrend phase two, then it's quite clear. This is all a downtrend at the moment. So the trend and direction all aligning to the downside. Then when I take a look at the bar principles of the stretch and the range lines and the ratio, previous daily high, all is pointing to the downside, okay? Not all the time you get it all marrying up together, but when you get that, it's a high probability setup. Your direction bias is quite then obvious, is towards the short side, okay? Right, after you've done this to get your direction bias, so you can populate this table in whichever way that you want. After you've done that in terms of your direction bias, then you should then look at timing, okay? When do you want to enter the trade, okay? That's what you should be taking a look at. So in terms of this, when should you be taking a look at entering it? Of course, we don't want to be chasing the market over here as it falls. It would be good if you can get a retracement towards this level here. That's what I'll be taking a look at. Sometimes you might not get it, and then you gotta let it go. That's how the game is. If you do want to trade those kind of setups, okay. So wait on that one there. We'll wait for the 15-minute to actually retrace on that, and then we'll see if we do get an entry, okay. Might take out that low and then retrace up, which is what maybe I might be thinking. This is all increasing in volume, isn't it? That's not really a very good sign. So we might get a bit of a retracement before we go further down. So we'll wait and see on that, traders, okay? So that's happening on the gold. I'll do one more alignment first. But before that, let me just move this table here. I want to do the DAX, but I know a lot of you are pressing me on getting the links, right? So as I said, the first one to start with, to understand all these terminologies, especially for the newbies coming in, 7steps to ctp.com. That's the first place you should be taking a look at. Once you put your details in, and then you click on I'm not a robot, then click on the green button, right? After that, the 7 videos will be sent to your inbox. Each video is only about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, but highly invaluable. You can apply this to any strategy that you have. The 3 critical stats that we go through are so pivotal. And this one here is how the market structure happened, and the main challenge. These are all very powerful topics that were consolidated from 15 years of research with over 40 to 50 years of cumulative team experience over here at Master the Markets and Trade Guider. Now, the other thing also that we've presented all this material on NinjaTrader, ST and all that, and we got lots of invitations and great uptake on this. In fact, when we did it on NinjaTrader, we had 25,000 views being raked in just 1 month. We outbeat every other speaker out there. So that's how invaluable this material is. So definitely do get hold of it, okay? 7steps to ctp.com. The other thing then is the YouTube channel, youtube.com/MasterTheMarkets, where I would direct you guys to take a look at the stretch principle. Okay, so take a look at this one here, the stretch principle over here. That's where we will explain to you about all the bar mechanics, what I'm talking to you about. It's very strong as well because it's based on principles and we'll keep repeating. The other thing is on our live section over here as well. You can take a look at all the live videos from before what we have done, interviews, live streams, live trades. You've seen a lot of action over here. You will see some of the trades coming very near to their stop and then going back to the target, and how we manage the trade and all of those things, okay? You can see it over here. But sequentially, what I would suggest is watch 7 steps to CTP, then watch stretch principle, and then watch through a couple of our live streams over here, okay? And then if you still have any questions, you can always email us at clientservice@masterthemarkets.net, okay? The final thing is, those of you who've gone through all of it, now you're in that place where you want to get those indicators onto your chart at the moment. Then what you can then also do is go on to this page, SMI and VSA, and then you can get hold of both the indicators. Okay, you can do that as well. All right. I will see if I get any trades today to push it out, but whatever it is, I just wanted to say a shout out to Trade Nation, who's helping us with the Telegram signals that we are posting out, okay? And then the last thing is our summit. I'll talk about this later. Happens once a year, 10th and 11th of October. I'll talk about this a bit later. Now back to the charts over here. I don't think we are getting a retracement on gold over here. I'm just going to put the target. It's taken out the low, as you can see at the moment. The only thing we can do on trades like this, you can put a smaller position size, and then on the retracement, then you can put a bigger one. A bit of accumulation had already happened here, isn't it? So maybe that's why you won't get the retracement. But we'll wait and see. Patience always pays off, as I always say. So this one, yeah, it's taken out that. So maybe we might get some retracement. So we'll wait and see how that comes along, and then we'll reanalyze that. Now, in terms of the target for the range, I'm just going to take a look at this, 0.837, isn't it? 37, 29.6. So the high of today, what's the range of this? 2670. So high, the 33392, isn't it? Let me get my calculator out. So 33392. And then we will cover the Forex stuff very soon on the spreads, okay? So 33392 minus 29.60, okay? 3304.32, okay? That's what I'm getting over here. 3304.92, okay? Right. Okay, so let me do that. 3304.92 is what, no, by 32, sorry. Just gotta be careful of all of this. Okay, so it's not that very far off. And what is that? Let me see. So 30, 33. Okay, yeah. So it's done 29. Oh yeah, 2960, isn't it? Is what we are having, right? So it's already done 37.15. So yeah, it's not that far off from there. Yeah, I think highly probably it will do its 0.8 ATR. I think we will probably see that very soon. Okay, I'll put it on the 15-minute chart, and then we will track that and see. I don't think we're going to get a retracement. Okay, never mind. So I'll go on to DAX now. Another trade, another day. Now we can see this is consolidating a little bit here as well. This is uptrend phase 2, so I'll do the same thing again. So uptrend phase 2 on the 4-hour, that's a downtrend phase 2 over here. And then the 1-hour, so let me just see on that one there. On the 1-hour is SMC up, right? It's what it's saying. Okay. And on the 15-minute, what's going on there? So we got a downtrend phase 1. Quite a lot of mixed signals here, isn't it? 1-hour stretch. Now let's take a look at the bar mechanics before we come to any conclusion. The bar mechanics, what are we seeing here? So the stretch. So it took out the upper stretch line, lower stretch line, then it took out the upper stretch line back up again. So it's taken out both, but latest one is up. Okay, that's what we got. And then what we got is the range lines. The range lines. So which one did it take out in the latest one is what we are taking a look at. Actually, there is none, isn't it? I'm taking a look at the 12 o'clock one. So there isn't anything yet on DAX. Bro to ST ratio. So let's take a look at that. Bro to ST ratio. What are we taking a look at over here? So 240 is what I'm looking at. So 240, let me see. So 100, so it needs to do 140, is it? Or if it does that to the upside and comes down today, then it would be more to the downside as well. So you can go either way. So it's a bit NA, I would say, but downside preferable. That's what I will put. Okay, so right, so we got that one there. So I'll put that in red. I'm just filling out the tables. So now, previous daily high and low, right? So that's the high, that's the low. So it's not taken out anything yet. So I would say no. And then 1 ATR and no as well. So let's take a look at this then. So you guys can see, right? So I'll put this as a yellow here as well. Now, what I want you to see is, and this is what I want you guys to practice getting good at as well, because you can do this for any other parameters that you want as well, doesn't it? So if I take a look across the time frames, you can see uptrend phase 2 and then the downtrend phase 2. So that's conflicting there. And then there's an SMC up and then that's a downtrend here. So direction aligned, trend alignment wise, we're not really getting a match up. 2 time frames down, 1 time frame up, and then this one also a compression. So very mixed signals, isn't it, traders, right? Very mixed. And then also direction wise, you can see there's an uptrend phase 2, downtrend phase 2 here, SMC up, and then we got a downtrend phase 1. So in terms of direction, let's take a look at this. So this one direction, yeah, okay. This one to the upside, SMC is upside, but this one is to the downside, unless I get a confirmation, isn't it? So not very obvious. Like you see the comparison, right? In gold, very obvious, wasn't it? Right? Now let's take a look at the bar mechanics. Now both it's saying, but latest to the up. Then we got the NA over here, but preferable. This was NA, that's right. Range lines hasn't broken out yet. And then the bro to ST, NA, but downside is preferable. NA, and then 1 ATR, and no. So you know what? It's not that great, but I tell you how to handle when you got trades like this, okay? So one of the things that will increase your probability towards this upside is when it breaks its range, okay? That will help you increase its probability towards the upside. But you don't jump in straight away. Upon that, what we then take a look is a little bit of a retracement and a touchback, okay? But I would say in terms of trades, this is not our best setup for today. And I will wait for this, yeah, these 2 breaks, these 2 levels I would want it to break, 24284, 0.7, and the other one, that if it takes out its previous daily high, that will be a strong indication as well. Okay, so these are the 2 things I will be taking a look at. And then I'll marry that up with volume as well. So let's take a look at volume here. On gold, yes, that was increasing. Volume is kind of stopping at the moment, but it might go for its last push towards the 0.8 ATR target is what my hunch is. We'll wait and see. If we do get a retracement, then we can look to get in. And then in terms of DAX, to see if the volume is increasing, I'm not getting anything, right, traders? Not really. So it's all quite low over here, and it's all gray dots as well. Not the best of setups, okay? So wait on this for a bit before we analyze it more further, okay? So that's what we got on gold and DAX. As with DAX, what we're going to be doing is we're going to wait for that range breakout to occur, okay? That's what I am taking a look at. So the 15-minute is coming up. As I said, if it does confirm its bottom, then what you will get is SMC to the upside. Then the direction is changing. Then I'll update the tables, then you're getting more correlation together. So this is what we continuously wait for. But rather than jumping in on that close, I would wait, as I said, for at least this break of this high here, right? And then a stop loss for the low over here. And then after that towards the 0.8 ATR range or the target. So in terms of numbers, let's take a look at this a bit more clearly. So in terms of numbers, high 24283, 24284. Again, let me just quickly just take a look at the spreads. That reminds me of the topic, isn't it, for today as well. That one, there should be one. Can only accept one contract. 24, Yeah, this is good. This is 0.8 only. So here, what we'll do, 24283, to break that, 24284 is what we need. 24285 is what we will say. 24285, okay? That's that one there. And then, in terms of its stop, I will nicely put it in here. Tuck it away in here. 24223. It depends on your target objectives as well. So you've got to be very careful where you put your stop in terms of your target objective. If my target objective is towards a 1 hour time frame, then it'll be very different my stop, okay? Because I need to give it more room for its volatility. The other thing that I will take a look at once it breaks this, I'll just go for a 1 ATR number, 24285 plus 35 is what I'll be taking a look at, plus 35, 24320, okay? So it will be somewhere here. Okay, so I think it might be changing that very soon, and it'll be breaking that level highly probably very soon. Okay, so we'll wait on that one there. The other thing that you can also take a look at in terms of DAX is that I'm just going to mark this out as well. So 24313 is what we are having. So that's just a little bit above, just a little bit below here, isn't it? That is your yesterday's high. Highly probably is going to break that. And the other one that I will also take a look at is our thing here. I will probably push this out on the Telegram channel. And then the other thing what we can take a look at is the ATR number. That's 240, the low 24134, right? 24134 plus 240. That's 24374, okay? 24374 is your last target, what you can see, okay? So I'll put that in here, 24374, right? Okay, good. So that's what we got in terms of, yeah, we're entering it a bit earlier than the range line breakout. But highly probably the momentum will carry through. However, my only concern is in terms of the volume, isn't it? The volume is a bit low, but on DAX, usually it doesn't do big amounts of volume. So I'll just check that over here. Let's take a look. Yeah, but there's potential buying which is supported here. So that it gives us a bit of confidence in that. Okay, so this is good. So we are having the setup here. So what I will do, I'll carry on to just double check everything. 24, we got to be quick on this one. So 2428 5, right, is what we said. I will do it in here. Let's do it 1 just to be easy for me. And that's why we need a few more traders on this. 24285. Stop loss going to be at 24. This is very good. That is retracing. That's what we want. Because if it then comes back, then it's a strong trade. Okay, so that's what we are looking for. So the 1 hour stretch, both the latest is up, range lines. Okay, that's good. So let me wait and see. So let me do this, and then we'll go for 24320 is what I will do. And yeah, you have to go on that one. So I'll push this out on the Telegram channel as well. Okay, as well, we can do that. And you guys can get the trade. So bear with me on that one. So DAX here, signal by stop limit 24285. And then 24223, and then 24320, okay, is what we got. That's the thing. So I'll push this out. I'm just going to double check one more time in terms of the ATR number, isn't it? So in fact, this one, because it closed here, right? So 24270, 24300 is what we actually need to be doing, okay? In fact, I can just push it to 24313 if it pushes towards there, okay? So it's confirmed it earlier. So what I will do is this one here, right? So 24, right. So I will, on the close, so 24270, right, plus 29, isn't it? 24300. Let's just say 24. I want to do it exactly. Let me just do that. 24270.6 plus, right? So 24270.6 plus 29.9, okay? That's what we are looking for. 24300.5. I'll just put it at 24300. I'll just edit that on Telegram as well. Okay, there we go. And then the other one is for the daily high over here, which is what we got. Daily high 24313, isn't it, traders, is what we got. So daily high 24313 is what we got. Yeah. And then the last one is towards the 0.8 ATR target. So that's what we have done over here. So wait and see how this plans out to be. We got good buying support over here. That's what we are going into confidence with. And a nice test over here. And then to go towards breaking those range lines and towards our targets. Okay. So before I forget, so I will edit the Telegram one to 24300. Okay, so I will amend that to 24300. Okay, those of you who want to take it to 24313, you can do that as well. Right, so we can do that. In fact, the stop, we can do it a little bit more tighter here. 24227 as well. So I will change that also. 24227 and 24300. Okay, so that's been changed over there. That's why the pending orders are very important to wait. Okay, 24227, wasn't it, traders? Okay, so let me do that. 24227. Okay, that one there. And then our target is at 24300. So that's been edited. I will change it on here as well. Let me do this on here. Okay. Right. So let me do that very quickly. So 24285, 24227, and then we got 24300. Okay. I've modified it here as well. So that's great. And that's good. So that's all resting over here. We'll wait and see how this plans out to be. Just a quick recap. So we are entering on the break of that level so that this trend can change according to our quantified market structure with the smart money indicator, the tops and bottoms quantified. So that will give you an uptrend, okay, boost, change of trend on the 15-minute as well, which will align a bit more with the higher time frames. And then what we are then doing is that we are putting a 1 ATR target at 24300, and also then the second target we can look out for is 24313, which is previous daily high, and then the 0.8 ATR number is at 24374. Okay, So we'll wait on all of this and we will see how that carries on to be. Now, that's that one there. Now, let me move on. I'll keep an eye. Let me see what happened on cable, not cable, sorry, on gold. We didn't get our retracement traders, but it's gone through our ATR target at the moment, okay? So that's what it has done over here. The thing with this, all these trades is, we can't take a look at them and say, oh no, we missed it or whatsoever. Do different strategies. There can be one strategy based on breakout of range lines as well, as long as all your trends correlate. But you know, there are pros and cons to everything. And you know what? Over all my 15 years full time doing this, I can tell you there's only one thing, which is the holy grail, if I were to say, is consistency. Okay, whatever strategy that you got, be consistent on it. That's what washes away all the discrepancies or losses, and then makes it realize its edge in the long run. Okay, so for now, because gold has done its range already, so I'll keep an eye on the DAX, and we'll wait and see how that plans out to be. So this is why I always say good to have pending orders and a bit more confirmation from the market. Okay, so I will leave that over there, and we will go on to our topic for today on the why are Forex spreads more important than you think? Okay. Now, first of all, we have to understand what are spreads. Now, before I start the topic as well, if there are any questions that you guys have on what we've covered so far, definitely do mention that in the chat box on YouTube, where we're going live stream on this. And any other questions that you may have as well. So just email, just message us, okay, on the YouTube chat stream. Now, I know some people are still asking on the links. Very quick run through. 7 steps to CTP.com is the first place to begin, because with that, you'll understand why market structure is so important, what we have given here with the SMI framework. Now, the SMI framework, what do I mean by the SMI framework? Which you can see over here, what we got is the tops and bottoms quantified, right? Maybe I can show it a bit more clearer on another time frame. So over here, as you can see, what we got here, right? If you can see, there is orange arrows and blue arrows here, and then there are some dots and all that over here, right? So what is all this about? So the orange arrow signifies a top, and the bottom arrow signifies a bottom, okay? The blue arrow, sorry, the blue arrow signifies a bottom, the orange arrow signifies a top. So by doing that, what you end up with is a market structure, okay? That is not guesswork anymore. So when I show this to 10,000 people, all will say, okay, yeah, according to this framework, not the Holy Grail, according to this framework and formulas of how a top and bottom is quantified, that is where the tops and bottoms are. So from there, then you can then design a line diagram more confidently, and then you can start to say, you know what, that's an uptrend, that's a downtrend, that's not a trend, that's a compression, based on the definitions of trend, okay? And then from there, also based on what swing you're in, either a bottom to top or a top to bottom swing, then you can say, in relation to the trend, are you phase 1 or phase 2, okay? In fact, it appalls me every time when we do Traders Basecamp live webinars and everything, that thousands of traders who've been trading for 10, 15 years, they don't know all this to the quantitative level, okay? And they're loosely using terms. And when you're loosely using terms, and that's when the strategies do not work for the long run, okay? So that's that one there in terms of what we have done here, okay? And these formulas which were given to us by the quant traders which started doing this back in the 1960s and 70s. So traders, so you can see that over here, this top over here gets confirmed here at on this dot, and then this bottom gets confirmed by this blue dot. I mean, it will vary based on the formulas. It's quite a complex formulas that is actually over there. But so that is the quantification of the market structure, why we have quantified the tops and bottoms. With that tops and bottoms quantification, you can get 4 data points, okay? One is the trend and the phase, right? Then the second one is then the OE data. OE data will tell you, for example, if I show it to you like this, over here, then I'm not going to go in detail because you can go and read up about it, but it will tell you over here, on this table, right? It tells you for each swing how much that has it moved. Okay, 219, this is 202, this is only 26, this is 275, like that. It keeps collecting, right? And we can see how long we want it to collect for. This is doing it for over 15 years, okay, going back and collecting all of that into this table here. And all it does is gives you a projection, right, for the future, okay, how much is this swing going to do based on a percentage basis. And I always say to all traders and our clients is that trading is based on probabilities. And this is the thing, right, because we have seen, and my clients have gone to research everywhere else and said that we are the only company which gives statistical probabilities, right? And that's why we and Trade Guider, we married up together because the price and volume is very powerful. Right, so you got all of that. That's only the second data point. Then the third data point that you can also get after you quantify the tops and bottoms is the MAE and time to as well, okay? So all that is in 7 steps to CTP. So I'm not going to go through all of that. That's what I'm telling you. It's very, very highly invaluable. And you can use that in any strategy you want. It's not rigid, right? Because this is like, I'm giving you the engine, right? But after that, you can put in your own brakes and accelerator, whatever you want. And you can even modify the engine as well, okay? I'm just giving you the data that you can then use it for anything and based on principles. So it's very powerful. Simple principle is what? Market does not move in a straight line, it moves in cycles. So that's how this entire thing has been structured from the top to the bottom, the swing distance, everything. It's quite powerful how the quant traders thought about it back in the 1960s and 70s. Right, so that's what you get once you've put in your details and all that. That's a 7stepsctp.com. Our YouTube channel, youtube.com/MasterTheMarkets. One thing I do must mention, I forgot to mention it before. Those of you who have subscribed, you tell us that, oh, but we don't get notifications when you go live. So what you got to do after you click on the subscribe button, click on the all bell icon as well. Okay, that's what you got to do. Then the other thing also is the SMI and VSA page as well. Those of you who have been following us for quite a bit now want to take the next move and put all these indicators onto your chart, okay? You can do so as well, right? That's what we got over here. I got even a stretch indicator on TradingView as well. If I were to hide that, then you can see both SMI and VSA in action over here with the volume. All it does with the volume is it gives me more conviction when I enter on the dot, giving that, hey, you know what, that's a test coming in. It's good, strong volume backing this up, high probability that this will take out the high, okay? The probabilities just start to increase. That's what you want, okay? Right, so that's the SMI and VSA. And then, as I said, good shout out to Trade Nation. If you want to get an account opened on Trade Nation, you can follow the link on Telegram as well or on our emails as well, okay? The last thing is the ETM Summit. I'll come to this in a minute and I will answer. I'll talk more about that. Some of you are asking about what are we going to go through in there and everything, okay? I've got some questions. Right, okay, so we got, yeah, just people just saying, hi Sachin, hi Parameshwar, that's fine. Let's go on to the topic, right? I was just on the topic, so let's go back into here again. On the topic, so let me do it on the 15-minute, that's a bit more easier for me to track as well. So over here, traders, what we are really looking at over here in Forex spreads. First of all, you have to understand what is Forex spreads, okay? What is the spreads in essence? So this is very critical. Some people still don't understand it. Now, the spreads, if you see when you open up an order ticket, right? So for example, like that, if you open up an order ticket like this, okay, you will see there's a difference, isn't it, between this price and this price, okay, the sell and the buy, right? Over here is about 0.8 points difference on the DAX, okay? Quite tight over here on Trade Nation. So if I take a look at a Forex pair over here, and you can see that the new order here, 3289, that's about 1 pip difference. You can see that, right? It's about 0.8 even, right? So we can see that, right? On the foreign exchange pair on the cable. But on some other pairs, let's say maybe the exotics or whatsoever, if you take a look, I'll come to explain what it all means in a minute. Let's see this one here. Maybe I need to just change that. Okay, so I've got that. You can see this one is about a little bit more, isn't it? Right? It's about 2 pips. You see, 0.008 to 10. So the less traded ones are usually a bit more spread. Now, what does it mean, all of these things, okay? All of this spread that is there, what does it mean? All it means is that that's how the broker makes his commission. So all it means is that if you were to buy something now at 0.07, and if you want to sell it immediately, okay, that will be at 0.5 at the moment because 2 pip spread. So you won't make any money, right? Because you will lose it, isn't it? Right? So that's what it's talking about. Now, how does it apply to you? So what you got to be careful of is that's what I was measuring all the spreads just now. So if you were to put an entry, so based on the chart, okay, the chart price, okay, over here, if you wanted to take this long at the moment, okay, right? This is the why it's important, right? Now, if you were to enter at 198.42, let's say that's the high, okay, 198.42, all right? Now, if you were going to put in 198.42 here on the pending order, right? If you were to put here 198.42 on the pending order, what will happen is, if you don't account for the spreads, right? What will happen is, when on the chart, you might see that it's taken out, it's not taken out the high 198.42, but you get filled, and then maybe it reverses against you, okay? Then you might be alarmed. You might be like, why the heck did I get filled? You know, this broker, you know, is no good. You know, why did he do that? You may call them, you know, I have a few words with them. But the thing is, based on spreads, right, traders, you see, if you want to enter at 198.42 on the chart, when it gets to 198.40, your buy price will already be at 198.42. That's how it fills you in because of the spread. Okay, so if you want to get filled in at 198.42 on the chart, then you need to add 2 more pips to it. So 198.44. And most of the time in most brokers, you only got to add the spread on the buy side of your orders. On the sell side, usually you don't need to, but you need to double check that. Just check if the sell price 198.1, right, or 198.12, whatever it is matching up with the chart price. So you see, what do I mean by that? If you take a look over here, 198.098, you see over here, it's matching up here, right, on the chart to the spread. So it's the sell price is matching up to the chart price, okay? Right, so that's one point why you must understand that. And the same thing for the targets, right? You might put your target on a buy order, especially when you're going short. It goes through your target level, but you're still not exited yet, and then it starts to reverse against you. Again, it's because of the spread. You need to factor it in, and if you're going short, you need to plus 2 pips or whatsoever to your target price. So that's that one there. So in terms of entry and exit, why it's important, okay? You understood what, and I said why. But there's one more thing on Forex, why it's more important than ever. Because this you got to do for all other instruments. But why on Forex is even more important? Because during news times, traders, especially in Forex, the spreads widen quite a lot. So in fact, you see two pips over here, but let's say there's an FOMC meeting or whatsoever, it will increase to 10 pips, or so on and so forth, okay? So you might increase it much more. So during those times, if you got 198.42, even when it's at 198.32, you get filled and you might get shocked. Oh yeah, what the heck? Why did I get filled? You know, so that's why in Forex is much, much more important. How do you overcome that? We usually say around news events, you know what, wait, don't cancel any orders for like 15 minutes if you haven't entered yet, 15 minutes before the event. And then wait for the news to come out 15 minutes afterwards. Then when the spreads then get normalized, then you start to go in, or even put a limit order as well, okay? Right, so those are the things why it's even more important. Then how do you apply it? I've already told you that already, isn't it? Towards the target and towards the the buy price, and only this applies usually after you've double checked it to the buy orders. So for example, when you are, why do I say only to the buy orders? So for example, when you are looking to go long on a trade, usually you will have, nowadays you don't usually see it, but on here on MetaTrader you can still see it. It's a bit old, but you see it will say buy stop, right? Whenever there's a buy and then a stop, whenever there's a buy in front of it, usually you got to put the spreads on it on top. On the sell stop, which is your stop loss, and your sell limit, which is your target, there's no spread required, because as I mentioned to you, the chart price is matching up with the bill offer over here. You see 19805 matching up with here. That's what I mean, okay? Then the other thing on the short order, let's say you got to start with a sell, that's, you don't need any spread for that. But then on both other sides, the buy stop is your stop loss, the buy limit is your target, and on that you need the spreads accounted for. So on a short order, two sides you got to put the spreads. On a long order, only one place with the entry. Okay, so that's that one there. On that, so just to recap what we have just gone through, we went through on the topic what is spreads, okay, why it's more important in Forex than ever than other instruments. I've explained that to you based on the news, and it expands quite a bit. And then the other thing is, you know, how do you apply it? I also went through the long and short orders and when you need to put the buy orders and how you do it, okay? So that's that on our topic for today. And I'm just going to take a look at DAX. Still a bit slow, coming back now after the retracement, so we'll wait and see. Gold, how's it doing? Still carrying on more south is where what we are having at the moment. It's taking out that low, okay? No problem. So that's that one there in terms of gold. Let me just go back to here. Let me just check. I think the general questions are usually okay. I think a question from Parameshwar is, I still have trouble using MAE data to its fullest potential. I know I can make better use of it. How do I do it? So the MAE, first you have to understand what the MAE is. I don't have much time to go through over here. But MAE basically means, the long version of it is called maximum adverse excursion, okay? Now, maximum adverse excursion is how much does it go against you before going to in your favor. So in here, now it's a live example here, isn't it? So let me show you DAX over here. So you see, this is what it mean, okay? After you enter it, how much does it go against you? See the seller bar here? How much does it go against you before going forward towards your maximum point, okay? You need to lock in both those points and then you measure it. So we've done all that for you according to the data over here. You can see I can shift it to MAE and then you can start to find out. Now all of that, as I say, if you're struggling with understanding and everything, then you can go onto our website, our 7stepsoctb.com, enter in your details, right? Click on this button and then get the 7 videos sent to you. Go and hone in if that's the thing that you're struggling with. Go and watch this and re-watch this, okay? And then if you've got any questions, then email us, all right? Or you can book a one-to-one as well. We'll check at that point if it's really necessary, okay? So that's what you can do. And also, you know, when you get SMI and VSA, we do have a members portal as well, where there's all videos of all of this frequently asked questions, applications, videos, and all of that. So we will, you can go through them as well. So it will make much more sense at that particular point. All right. And then in terms of our YouTube channel and everything, as I said, youtube.com/MasterTheMarkets. After you click the subscribe button, click on the all bell icon to get notifications whenever we go live. All right. So that's that. SMI and VSA, you got the link for that as well. ETM Summit, I know some of you have been asking. Our Straight Nation, just to shout out to them, because thanks to them, we got the Telegram channel. You should have triggered on Telegram at the moment on DAX. Okay, so I think we got a big breakthrough there on the DAX over here at the moment. Let me just do that on that one there. It's a bit, yeah, it's taken on the range line, hasn't it? Let me just do that. Let me close this order ticket here. What's the range line here? 24290, 24291. Yeah, it's looking strong, supported by this another volume spike that came in over here on this seller bar, and then it's reversed, isn't it? So all looking healthy. We'll keep an eye on it. We always never predict the outcome. We trade on probabilities, traders, right? So that's what we do. So we will write that, and then we'll see how that plans out to be. Now, the other thing, what we I was about to say is the summit, wasn't it? So the summit happens on the 10th and 11th of October this year. It happens once a year. The really amazing people come together, greatest of minds, greatest of traders, of clients, and everything. You can meet really inspiring people. The fastest way to change and get yourself re-energized is when you hang around like-minded people and professionals. Okay, so this is a great opportunity for you guys to come and hang around. This is going to happen in Westminster, London. Very easy for all our US clients and for all our clients from around the world, Australian clients, anybody to come into London. Very central hub. In Westminster is overlooking the Thames River. It'll be very beautiful. Hotel, the Park Plaza Hotel, which is where it's going to be happening. And over there, what are we going to be covering? What's going to happen? We're going to be covering a lot of research updates that we have collected over the years. How do you put that together in a strategy? How do you apply in real time? We'll be doing live trading as well. And also over the 2 days, you will get lunch. The first day, you will get dinner as well. Very intimate setting with me and Gavin. So there's going to be lots of things happening. So it'd be really great way to finish the year as well and get recharged and re-energized for the new year coming ahead, 2026. All right, in October. So this is all great, traders. So you can go through and have a read through it. Really beautiful page that the boys of the team has put together. And then you can then go and get your tickets towards that. If you got any questions, you can always email us. There's an early bird offer as well. You can probably see that on the YouTube link. And then you can use that when you're buying your ticket. So look forward to seeing you guys there. It'll be very exciting, very fun, and a lot to learn from and a lot to mingle around and meet people with as well. Great traders. I can see I'm just 1 minute away from 3 o'clock, hitting 3 o'clock, so we're well nice on time. We will keep an eye on the DAX trade over here. We'll see how that carries on to be at the moment, 24286. I think it's retraced a little bit off the range line, but we're looking good. So we'll see if it powers through or not. Okay, so I'll keep an eye on DAX. I think that's pretty much that from me. And just last reminder, 7stepsctp.com is the first place to start with. Traders, I guess that's a wrap up for today. And as we always say, till the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master. Take care and bye for now.